Hi, this is ASMR Kitten, and today I wanted to introduce the beautiful and interesting world of tarot. I have this wonderful book here, which is called A Complete Guide to the Tarot, and this is by Eden Gray. Now, I have looked at this book sparingly. I don't know too much about the book just yet. I've only looked at it a little bit. I did read it was a wonderful book for those who are looking into getting into tarot. So I have my deck of tarot cards right here, and they are just the most marvelous work of art I have ever seen. I love all the different design aspects and the pictures. There's nothing better, in my opinion, than the depictions on all the different cards and all the different decks that are out there in this world. So let's dive in. I'm just going to find a card on the deck and just kind of read about it to you. This is not going to be a formal reading whatsoever. Okay, so I'm going to go with this card right here. And here we have the Queen of Cups. I will face it towards you. So, just based upon looking at the actual card itself, you can see a young, beautiful woman who is Queen. She is holding a cup, and the cups are part of the minor contra cards. So let's look. And the cups and the cards, can often be read based upon the direction they're facing. However, I'm just going to read what the book says about the cards. A queen sits on a throne decorated with water nymphs and surrounded by water, beautiful, fair, and dreamy. The cup is closed, signifying that what is contained is not to be seen by all. Choose this card for a woman with light hair and hazel eyes. And the meaning behind this card: a woman who is able to put into practice her visions, decree she's a good wife and mother, honest, devoted, and loyal. So it goes on to say that if the person who is getting the reading does not recognize such a woman in his or her life, then someone within vision should be considered, or someone who is kind, though willing to take too much on for another. Success, happiness, pleasure are indicated. So the Queen of Cups represents a feminine role in your life. I assume that she is supposed to be a positive influence on your life and your overall well-being. And I'll pick another card for you. Okay, so going back to this card, we have the Ace of Swords. So you see, there is a long sword, and it has a crown on top. There is some greenery on top. This is such a beautiful pattern. I love the swirling motion. Right, so let's read up on the Ace of Swords. Alright. A two-edged sword is held by a hand that emerges from the clouds. The point is encircled by a crown of victory, an olive branch which represents mercy, and a palm branch which represents severity hang from it. Around the sword are the Hebrew yods, recalling the 6 days of Mosaic creation. The card symbols justice, which maintains the world order and equilibrium of mercy and severity. So this card represents triumph of power, great activity, the power to love strongly or to hate, possible birth of a child who will be heroic. So this card right here, the Ace of Swords, represents power and courage. Reminds me of the Legend of Zelda Triforce, power, wisdom, courage. What a beautiful card we have here. Let's move on. Here we have the Page of Wands. So you can see somewhat of a common color theme here, with the background being brown, nice orange color, brown, yellow clothing, all yellow clothing. You see the staff or the Page of Wands You see the staff, the wand, his skin, and the background are all the same color. It's very important to just note the colors. Doesn't mean they impact the meaning, but it is still nice to note the colors. Some call the pages princesses, and certainly from that picture, this could be either a youth or a maiden who stands there, boldly upholding a wand, as about to deliver a message. The pyramids in the back symbol the earth in its material aspect. They are also related to fire, as is the entire suit of the wands. This card should be chosen to represent a boy or a girl of fair complexion, since the wands always indicate blondes with blue or hazel eyes. Courage, beauty, and nature, sudden in love or angry, desire of power, enthusiasm, a messenger or postman, a bearer of tidings. This card appears in a spread next to one representing a man. There will be a favorable testimony concerning him. So this card also represents a person, someone who is heroic and courageous. It's funny how many cards often can be intertwined with the previous cards that were shown, even with no intention to do so. One more for good luck. I like even numbers, so I often try to pick an even number of anything, whether it's how many pieces of chocolate I eat to try to make it an even 2 or 4, or how many knocks I do on a door. So I will pick 4 cards. Ah, yes, so the wands again. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wands. Do we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different people using the wands, holding them up to the sky as high as they can? They're clearly outside by the ground and the blue sky behind them. Five youths are fighting with huge wands. Are they in earnest? Since the 5 in each of the 4 suits are negative, we can assume this is a serious quarrel. Remember, wands means enterprise, energy, but 5 significance that the energy is used negatively. The meaning is there's a violent strife serious